Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to demonstrate how to build the Flowgorithm example that I posted on Blackboard called Circle. So we're going to create a Flowgorithm circle, that's the file name that was uploaded using a function. So if you can see here, I already have a new file, my main and my end. I need to declare my variable. I'm just going to declare it as x, and that will be an integer. There you go. I'm going to have a display. So let me click output, double click that. I'm going to say input or enter the radius of the circle. So we need this value because that will be the data that we have. Okay, so we have an output in here. I'm going to insert an input. I'm going to input x, click OK, and then from this section I am going to output, click output. I am going to double click this shape. I am going to display area is ampersand circle x. So this this line, should I say, will call the circle function using the value that the user entered. So notice that this variable is called x, while the function that we're going to use later will be called differently. So if you can remember your argument and your parameter. So x in here serves as your argument, and as we actually build this one, you're going to see the other details as we move forward. So this value of x is actually being passed on a function. So the name of the function that we're actually creating in here is called circle. I'm going to click OK. This is how it looks like. So keep in mind that in this line or in this output in here, it's like 2-in-1 statement. I am going to display something, and as I actually display, I am calling a function. Okay, so as I actually call that function, we need to build what is inside of that function. Remember, the difference between your module and a function, although they came from one family, function returns a value, right? So if you notice here at the very top, which is colored purple, which is your function manager, I'm going to click that. I'm going to click add so that I can create a function. The name is circle. That's what we have. And I'm going to have a parameter. So I'm going to click add here. The name of the parameter that I'm going to assign is radius. Okay. Be consistent with your if it's a lowercase or an uppercase, because it's going to have, an error to your program later on. I am going to make the radius to be real because there's a possibility later on that it's going to have a decimal point. Okay, so I am going to click OK. I am going to, after that, I'm going to actually return that. Keep in mind, I'm going to return that as a real as well, and I'm going to return that value where into area. Okay, I'm going to click OK and then click done in here. All right, so I'm going to have my formula, okay, how to compute for the area. I'm going to click assign, double click assign. So this one, I'm going to compute the area. So our goal here is to compute the area of a circle, and it's pi times radius, which is our parameter, and then the caret symbol 2. Okay, click OK. So this function in here has one parameter So just to fully explain it again, this function has one parameter called the radius, and the data type of that is real. It acts like a local variable that is assigned when the function is called. So where did we call that function? We actually called it on our main module. I have area as my local variable. I have the formula to compute for the area, which is pi times radius curt 2, which is an exponent. So that will be performed first and multiplied to the value of pi, and then return real area. So this function in here returns the contents of the area variable. Okay? Now, I'm going to go back to the main just for you to see. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so that you can see the entire program. There you go. I hope it's still clear with you as I actually navigate my screen. So on the main section, you would see your integer x, which is your argument. It's a piece of data that is being passed every single time that the function is called. So as I enter, okay, let me split my screen over here. You know that I am actually a huge fan of using this layout, which is variables and console. I'm going to make this one bigger and this one bigger as well. I'm going to make my speed to be medium so that you would see how it looks like. So I am going to run my program. There we go. Oh, that's actually pretty fast. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to run it as slow. Okay. There you go. It's reading X. It's going to let us enter the value. So it stops from here. I'm going to make this one bigger. I'm going to enter, let's say 4. Press enter. And then it's calling the function, right? So I don't know if you saw that. When it actually turned green to call the function, it went inside and it performed the formula and it returned that value that was being passed, and it was received through a parameter, which is the radius, and brought it back to the area itself. So it was able to compute for 50.26 and so on. Let me run it again. There you go. It's running. Enter the radius. I'm going to enter 56. Enter. Call the function. Perform it. And return the value. There you go, folks. So I hope you can put some comments when you're using, building your Flowgorithm so that you would remember. I hope you are able to follow along, and I'll see you on the next video. You have a great day.